Member for Newcastle. Member for Newcastle.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. I rise today to advise the Chamber of a milestone that's coming up for the Newcastle electorate. On Thursday, the 8th of June 2017, Newcastle will be remembering the 75th anniversary of the shelling of Newcastle. On the 8th of June 1942, World War II came to the harbour of Newcastle, following a bombardment on Sydney Harbour on the 31st of May, where the Japanese submarine I-24 shelled the eastern suburbs of Sydney. They headed north to our warmer shores. The Japanese submarines had been in the area earlier in the month preceding. The Imperial Japanese Navy had conducted a number of patrols along Australia's east coast. On the 16th of May, the Japanese submarine I-29 had attacked the Soviet freighter Welland, 80 kilometres southeast of Newcastle, with no damage recorded. This, however, set off a ban for any ships or submarines to sail between Newcastle and Sydney for 24 hours. On the 23rd of May, the Japanese submarine's I-29's plane flew over Newcastle searching for shipping vessels, which could be attacked by midget submarines. And on the night of the 3rd of June, the shipping lanes near Newcastle became targets. The Japanese submarines attacked the coastal steamer Age at 10:18 p.m, 56 kilometres southeast of Nora Head. Age did not receive any damage, and about midnight, the coaster Iron Chieftain was torpedoed and sunk by I-24 near where Age had been attacked. It was evident that the Imperial Japanese Navy's intentions were to disrupt Australian shipping and industry. And so, on the 8th of June, they decided to hit the two large cities of Sydney and Newcastle. For our city, the target was evidently the BHP Steelworks. Between 2:15am and 2:31am, the I-21 fired 34 shells at Newcastle. Our gunners at Fort Scratchley fired 4 shells back but did not record a hit. Only one man was wounded by shrapnel in Parnell Place and another thrown by the blast. A nearby house was peppered with more than 20 holes. A second shell landed about 50 metres away from a tram terminus but failed to explode. The war came to Newcastle on that day, but it did not break us. It is believed that it was intended to generate an air of disquiet, but instead it galvanised the city and its peoples. Fort Scratchley, where our gunners bravely fought off the attack, has since become an interactive museum.
It's an icon.
Located in Newcastle East, it was built in 1882 to defend the city against a possible Russian attack. The Australian Army vacated the site in 1972. I'm a proud patron of the fort, which is now under constant restoration by a team of 80 volunteers who form the Fort Scratchley Historical Society. They also lead guided tours through the extensive underground tunnel complex. It has become part of the town's history and takes part on ceremonial days like Anzac Day or in welcoming cruise ships as they pass through our headlands. It is estimated 80,000 people visit Fort Scratchley every year to experience the rich naval history of the site. It is one of Newcastle's most popular tourist attractions. In fact, the president of the non-for-profit organisation, Frank Carter, has recently secured a $70,000 grant from the state government to fund a daily lunchtime firing of the cannon, a common request amongst tourists.
Yeah, so thanks to the government.
This year, they will be holding a community commemorative event on the grounds. The reenactment will involve the firing of the guns, the use of the fort's searchlight, and the firing of flares. His Excellency, the Honourable Sir Peter Cosgrove, retired Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, and His Excellency, the Japanese Ambassador to Australia, have been invited. I would like to thank President Frank Carter, Vice President Carl Christie, Secretary Terry O'Brien, Treasurer Ron Barber, and all the members of the Fort Scratchley Historical Society on the outstanding work that has been performed on the site. I look forward to commemorating this anniversary with the proud people of Newcastle and our iconic fort.
I'd like to thank the member for Newcastle. We're hearing private members.